Good afternoon, guys. So we are here with Jessica, Michelle, Nina, Naomi, and myself, Abigail as the moderator. And so we are here today going to discuss about how foreign television channels are destroying our culture. For example, using foreign language and violence. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with this statement or not? And let's hear it from everyone. And we'll start with Michelle.
Okay, well, I agree with that statement. I think foreign TV channels are destroying our culture by small things like languages. We can see from kids and teenagers nowadays, they like using foreign languages rather than their mother tongue because they think that it makes them seem cooler in front of other people, and because of that I think our language are slowly fading.
I see what you mean. However, most foreign TV channels uses English language, which is important nowadays. English is a global language which almost all countries in the world use. So it's important for us to learn English, not only to equalize other countries, but also for us to develop our skills in terms of language. Even nowadays, schools and universities uses international curriculum, which is in English. And if this is not supported by foreign TV channels, kids will have hard time for them to learn English because what they learn at school, which is just from the book, it's all just about reading and writing. They do not learn how to communicate and how to speak in English well. So they will have to listen to more English conversations so that they can improve their vocabularies and pronunciation as well. And this can be received by watching more foreign TV channels.
It was a good opinion. However, as I was saying, kids and teenagers nowadays prefer speaking in foreign language. For example, English. We can see from in many schools where mostly their students cannot speak their mother tongue because they mostly use English. Even if they can speak their mother tongue, they tend to mix language.
So to add up Michelle's opinion, we can see that some schools have English Day, where their students have to use English continuously from the beginning of the class until the end of the class. This will lead to the fading of our own language.
Okay. What about you, Nina? What are your opinions?
Yeah, I think that's not always the case though, because Indonesian language is our mother tongue language since we have learned since we born. So because of that, we do not easily forget about it just because we learn a new language. And about the kids who cannot speak their mother tongue at all, it's a very rare case in our countries, and I think it doesn't contribute a lot to destroying our cultures.
Okay. Are there any other opinions beside the language topic?
So I would like to add up that our own culture and foreign culture are very different. The value and norms they live in might be different from us, and this might bring bad influence for our own culture. So as we can see nowadays, children prefer watching foreign TV shows rather than local TV shows. Unconsciously, they will imitate the foreign culture. We should have preserve and protect our own culture. For example, on foreign TV shows, they tend to show inappropriate scenes such as public display of affections. That is not the value we believe, and it's not a good example to be imitated. Young children tend to imitate the trend because they think it is cool, but what they imitate is not the good one, it's the bad one, which is not cool.
Okay, you make a good point, Naomi. However, we cannot blame 100% on variety shows because our own local channels are also destroying our culture. For example, soap operas. They tend to give us entertainment and comedy shows. They contribute on educational purposes instead of educational purposes. And Indonesian culture itself doesn't help much either, because the variety and comedy shows often jokes about adult topics which may be sensitive and inappropriate for the audiences and young children also. And besides variety shows that doesn't educate people, news channel also can improve our knowledge. For example, foreign news channel gives us information about studying abroad to prepare us to increase our human resources standards.
It's a good point, but why do you think that foreign TV channels help people to study abroad while there are many other medias that can help people to study abroad?
Okay, I think foreign TV shows are more acceptable for educational purposes because people are often search for entertainment. Through the show, it can help us to improve a lot better and a lot easier.
Okay, so before we close our discussion, are there any more addition?
Yes. In my opinion, when someone watches foreign TV channels, it will add up their knowledge and information about the foreign countries that they're watching the TV, and this will add up their will to study abroad. That's why I think that watching foreign TV channels will definitely help people to study abroad. That's all.
Okay, so to conclude our discussion, it is clear that there are some agree and disagreements of this topic, and we agree that foreign TV channels destroy our culture because first of all, it is our culture are different, and kids can imitate bad influences, and third is kids prefer foreign language rather than their mother tongue. And the disagreements are, first of all, most foreign TV channels uses English, which is important nowadays. And second, that we can blame foreign channels because some local channels are also destroying our moral values. And last is we can use foreign language, foreign culture, sorry, to improve our culture through movies and education. But it is preferable that we take the positive side of it. And the way I see it is that to respond this globalization, we should be able to control ourselves so that we, in order to not be affected by the negative side. And therefore, this sums up our discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.